Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
8 years after the events of Fourstar Nagar, Sir Hugo has discovered a plot that threatens Axis, the capital of the Empire, making it vulnerable to the demonic hordes besieging its walls. Will Sir Hugo, played by Chris, and his companions the King, by Becca, Hexar, by Quinn, and Hezerella the Vain, by Tillman, be able to stop the key conspirator, Lord Frederick, in time? Find out in The Beginning of the End, ran by Slavic. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. There you'll find our Discord link.
Hello and welcome, listeners, to another session of It's Just 13th Age. I'm sorry, guys, it's just 13th Age. But this time we'll be doing something a little different. Our brave and heroic party saved the city of monsters, Drakenhall, and they have, secured themselves an army, which came to liberate them from Axis. So they have all the tools they need to succeed and defeat the Diabolist. In this session, this will be a different type of session. First, we'll have a series of events that will happen to the army, and our dear players will help us craft the narrative. And then we'll have the final showdown with the Diabolist. All right. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this because it's going to be like a group discussion thing. So the first problem for your army that it's facing is logistics. As you find yourself marching towards the ruins of Fourstar Nagar, where your scouts have said that the Diabolist is entrenched, you're facing problems when it comes to the acquisition of food. There are several options you can take here. You can either, basically pillage the local countryside, take stuff from the citizens, or you can basically force march your army, but you'll be starving and it'll be in a more difficult situation. If you have any creative or ways to sort of...
So the countryside, villages, what are their alignments?
They're part of the Empire.
Would they support us if we send out scouts?
Well, essentially, they can support you up to a point, but your army just needs too much. So essentially, they won't have food for the winter. That's the main problem, as someone has to starve.
Hezerella, you have a connection with the land, correct? Maybe?
I do.
Okay. So, remind me, you're actually a druid?
I am a druid, yes, and I have a nature lover background.
So can you see where I'm going with this? I don't know, what we could actually do with that, but cinematically, the druidiness, you getting in touch with the land and either growing stuff or real quick, and it costs the land problems, or somehow summoning creatures to come to us, but then there's also long-term ramifications for that. If we somehow get all the deer to come to us, then deer populations are going to be completely out of whack for years to come. That's just an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Another one I was thinking, if that doesn't work, I like her idea better than mine. But if that doesn't work, we could maybe offer resettlement, meaning that hey, if you give us your crops, because I was going to ask about Fourstar Nagar, they obviously have to have their own food sources in there, right? Or
yeah, they do. But this is when you're marching there.
Oh, so, for sure. What I'm saying is maybe we can offer resettlement. Hey, you give us your provisions, and you're gonna...
We'll settle you in this demonic cursed city.
Well, we're gonna... I'm fucking Sir Hugo, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if we go here and we're successful, not only can you support us, because really, in all honesty, if we fail, they're probably damned. If we fail, they're probably going to get plundered. So you can give us all your food, help support us, and then we can let you resettle into the area, or we can give you, the crops that we have there. Because if we go down, they're down. I mean, if we fail, the land's fucked, right? That's the name Diabolist, I assume.
Hexar, he'll sort of think about it for a bit. Then he's just, can you eat demons?
Unfortunately, you can't. They their bodies disappear after a while, after you kill them.
What if we kept them as alive? It's take a limb off here and there to sort of ration it out.
That gets an eyebrow raise.
Yeah. Essentially, I assume you guys are at this round table in like a command tent, as the commanders of the army. And there's, other people there. And you see Hexar just raise this question.
That brings up a good thing, though. Like, I'm not the demon thing, but I'm talking about the elf thing. And I look back at Hezerella, like, you have a relationship with the queen, right? Have you talked to her? Maybe she could provide these people food, or they could provide us food and supplies. But yeah, I mean, I think that could be a good thing. Like, dude, like, you support us. We're your last chance. And then we got you, dog.
Go to the elves for help, but just ignore Hexar's idea of eating the demons. Turn about.
You wouldn't know that above everyone else, bro. Look at your teeth. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's kind of sacrilege, dude.
Well, the king is interested in eating the heart of a Diabolist at some point. He would much rather force the lands to give us their food than to go into battle hungry.
Because we got to feed, like, how many bodies are there? There's probably a lot of bodies.
A lot.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah,
Hexar definitely... Okay, so since my idea is shot down, I have to agree that, either they give us food now or else they just wait to be eaten themselves by the Diabolist.
I know, and I'm not trying to bully them, but it's like the truth. But then we can offer incentives. Like, we could maybe have a recultivating project of the city afterwards. Like, hey, we need people to help create farms around the city to sustain the new population. Irrigation systems, all that shit, rebuild it. I'm sure everything's fucked. A lot of people are probably going to have to move to the city, but guess what? It's better than dying. It's like better than dying.
Hexar was sort of look at her. You missed your calling as a city planner.
Well, in the academy, we learn a lot of skills, and it's working. A lot of it is with indigenous folks and learning how to, to not only fight wars, but to stabilize things after wars.
Sir Hugo is a Renaissance man.
Yeah. I play this game called SimCity. It's really interesting. You should check it out. Like sandboxes and everything, sand tables, and have our squire move the pieces. Like, we have two options so far. One is the kings, where it's like, hey, use your druidy hippie powers to help them grow shit back. Two is mine's like, hey, give us your stuff because we need it to survive, and if we don't survive, you're gonna die too. And if we are successful, we can recultivate and rebuild Fourstar Nagar, build new farms and all that shit. Or three, don't you have like a relationship with the Queen of Elves? Can't she probably provide us logistical support and give us supplies?
You already have elven units in your army that are basically marching alongside you.
Okay.
So that's basically her support at this point.
So it looks like we have two options, 2.5 if you include eating demons, but that's only for the dragon guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dragon guy would probably be fine. The other troops.
So can you do any kind of druidic magic to help these folks regrow?
Yeah, so one spell that I actually have is Rain of Acorns. So I was thinking maybe we can generalize that, and I can...
Yeah, I think I could definitely see you doing like a magical ritual from this and like blessing the land or something, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you will lose a level 7 spell slot for the final battle.
So we could do that. Another idea that I had, I don't have a relationship with the Elven Queen. That was an entirely different elven character that I played, and we don't talk about her. But I do have a relationship with the High Druid, and I could maybe call about like the druids in this land.
Like a druid ritual?
They, start a big hunt or like gather crops, or we do like a very big ritual involving all the druids, which would in effect be honestly much of the same, unless like Slavik says using that icon relationship is somehow different.
Yeah, I think the icon relationship is fine. I'd let you use that like without a spell slot, but it would come with, let's say, other obligations for Hezerella afterwards. You basically have to, because it means upsetting the balance, right? Somehow. Natural balance, which druids try to maintain. So afterwards, you'd probably have to dedicate a lot of time to basically resetting everything that they fucked up,
Yeah, but I could see that maybe even, I mean, it's kind of like Chris said earlier, it's a commitment we have to make, because otherwise the balance is upset anyway, and the land is like burned down by demons or whatever.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I would think that this is the lesser evil to her, and she could justify it maybe in that she would branch out herself to take care of this particular slot of land in the future and start like her own cult or whatever.
When negotiating with the other druids, some say that it doesn't in fact matter, that it's okay if some people die or if demons kill them because it's natural. It's fine. Demons are evil and they kill people. But upsetting the balance too much would basically be upsetting the order. However, these voices are silenced by
because like
more pragmatic members. The
Diabolist is making a move to upset the balance. So
as well.
To counter swing.
Okay, so these are the options laid out to you, and you'll have to pick one. I guess you can take a vote, or
the last option seems like the most painless. I don't know though, but I mean,
from a purely like power gamer perspective, I feel it's the best way to use my relationship with the druids.
Okay.
The king agrees.
So that's 3 for druid chant and then 1 for cannibalized demons.
Hexar is too pure for this world. Pure dragon. Okay, so we have that. Hezerella, can you describe the ritual? How do you think it will work?
So I believe druids are usually kind of loners and they stalk the woods by themselves. Maybe they have like one apprentice, but that's really it. So I believe she would like call upon them in her dreams, and in their dreams they like stalk the wilderness as like ghost animals.
Right.
And they agree to like use their powers to make root vegetables and mushrooms grow, and they cause like an uproar in the wildlife. So there's lots of hunting and movement in the area, like between animals. So it's easy for the scouts of the army to make kills. And the countryside around us, the villagers there, they can take stock of what's growing and they can give us a fair share and don't have to starve themselves. But Hezerella will like bind her soul to the land in a way. So when the land suffers, she's going to suffer as well. And right now, she's like entrenched with that chaos in a way.
Okay, cool. With the ritual complete, your logistical problems are solved for the time being, and you continue onwards. On your journey to Fourstar Nagar, you also have the option of recruiting allies from Goldew that was in Drakenhall. And you have 2 choices. You can either hire the dwarfs, who said that they won't actually ally with the Empire when it comes to fighting demons, because that sounds like a problem for people who live above ground and that they can withstand any attacks in their fortresses. The other option is recruiting an orc mercenary band that's been harrying the area for some time. The thing about dwarves is they are very expensive, but they are reliable soldiers, and they're solid if you pay them right. When it comes to the orcs, they're a bit more chaotic, but orcs are also experienced demon killers, as in fact they were created to defeat one of the past Diabolists, and paying them would also get them out of your hair from the area, because they wouldn't assault the area and maybe some of your forward trips. All right, choice is yours. Debate.
The king finds kinship with the orcs and automatically and immediately demands that we hire them.
Well, shit, because I think you know what Sir Hugo's going to go with. You know what I mean? The disciplined soldiers, you know?
Hexar will say, look at it this way, Sir Hugo. If the orcs are a chaos, disorganized mess and they all die, no skin off our back.
Yes, but I've been to Fourstar Nagar with a orc before, and he betrayed the team.
True, he has bad experiences. What does Hezerella think?
What would a elf druid stance be on dwarves versus orcs? I'm having a hard time.
Depends. I mean, you're an elf, so
From a
technically-
druid standpoint, I feel like I would respect the orcs
yeah.
for being like demon hunters. But you said like orcs were artificially created, right?
Yeah, but they were artificially created by the Elven Queen, but that's like a rumor. Anyway.
Oh, interesting.
Or at least
yeah,
the Orc Lord was.
I feel like she would be actually more attuned to the orcs because they are very like feral creatures, and they.
I mean, they're wild.
Yeah.
They're not evil, but they are wild.
Yeah, so I think that would be her stance, whereas dwarves are like cave dwellers and
they're not very nature attuned.
They're interested in like shiny stuff and
I kind of agree with the orcs, to be honest with you, because it's kind of selfish on the dwarfs, like not to come and help. And at least the orcs are demon hunters, and like fight demons. And I mean, I don't judge the elves for the one bad elf that we dealt with, so
all elves are bad. Okay, so you choose the orcs then?
Yep, I think that's the consensus.
Okay.
Fully accepting that we can't control them.
Yeah. It's actually not as bad as it seems because you were setting off from Drakenhall, the city of monsters. So many of your frontline troops are also creatures like lizard men, gnolls, and whatnot, of a more savage variety. So they actually fit quite well into the military structure as a whole.
Do we have this wild mage gnome running around? I'm just
With your new allies, you set forward, and there is one minor town that you besiege before Fourstar Nagar. My question is, how do you approach this? Do you try to do it as quickly as possible at the cost of sacrificing lives of both the people in it and of your own troops? Or do you try a more slow and methodical approach, preserving lives, but also costing precious time?
Maybe I missed it. What's our deal with this town? Do we just need to pass through?
Yeah, essentially you need to pass through, otherwise demonic troops will harry you the entire way. Think of it like as a sort of fortress. You know why castles and such were built in Europe and everything. It was all about power projection, right? So if you're gonna try to go around, you'd lose too much time. So you have to go through. But if you'd ignore it completely, they'd essentially attack your supply lines and stuff like that. But it's also technically an option if you want to take it. Hexar, what do you think?
I think we need to take our time to do this right, just because we need to make sure that we have all we have to face off against the Diabolist. We can't really, waste resources getting there. We got to make sure we're in our best shape.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Well, the king thinks that the most direct path is the best way to go.
So does that mean quicker, or does that mean, does that mean like
it means as soon as possible?
As soon as possible, just go through. That's like Sir Hugo's first reaction, but then Hexar makes a good point, because then like Hugo thinks like, well, the Diabolist king has been there for a while. Fourstar Nagar has been fallen for a while. What's a couple more days or whatever, a couple more weeks, if we're going to have all the strength that we're going to have? I mean, we purposely paid orcs so we could increase our numbers. You know what I mean? Why just burn them through on this one little town, And maybe this town has supplies that they can pay. We can get afterwards, doing this, that we could add to our supply count.
Also true.
Who is this town aligned with? Does Hugo maybe know them? Like Empire?
I mean, he probably know them. Okay, so sorry. I kind of set this up. The town's name is Burning Rose, and it was an imperial city that was conquered by the Diabolist and is currently under the control of the Diabolist. And that's the problem, because, it's obviously the enemy. Both suck. Yes, that's the point.
Negotiations with Burning Rose sound difficult.
Yeah, we'd have to destroy it, but if we can hold them out, a lot longer siege. We're going to have to destroy it. We're going to have to destroy them, but negotiation's not going to work with demons. They don't give a fuck, So slow and steady, methodical, siege game.
I mean, technically, there are cultists also in charge, and you could technically try to negotiate.
Ooh. because like they give a shit about their lives. You know what I mean? Like, can we get our hands on one maybe and like do some I want to do like, well, I don't know what would be the 13th age equivalent, but I want to do some straight up mental equivalent of like blasting Metallica at all hours of the night into the camp. Maybe kind of get our hands on a couple of these cultist members and maybe let them hang a little bit alive on a pole.
Just have the king serenade them day and night.
Yeah, with like, they'll maybe have them like a hanging, like almost crucified type of way outside.
Yeah.
You know, and just kind of like remind them that like this is your fate unless you work with us and give us some kind of deal. Because I'm not the bad guy; they're the bad guys. You know.
Yeah. Shall we make this? Let's make this a check. I think the demon hunter background would work well. Okay. I guess for that, and it would be a charisma roll.
All right, charisma. So I got +9, +4, 13. I gotta find the die thing. Give me a second here.
13. It'll be
I see right here. 1d20 + 13. Yeah. Got it. Give me a second here.
The DC is gonna be 27.
All right, let's do this. 22. So I did not make it.
Unfortunately, your tactics or your negotiations were met with shouts of religious fanaticism, and the people you've hanged are like shouting or screaming songs and praises to the Diabolist. And you tried, but unfortunately you will have to take a different approach.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a kill them all and let God sort them out kind of approach here that we're going to be doing. We try to reason with them with good old torture. I mean, enhanced interrogation. So it won't work out, man.
Yeah. What you going to do? All right. Hezerella, what do you think? Quick or slow now after the failed negotiations?
For the record, Tillman does not look comfortable making the decision. He's like, oh, like
yeah. No, I just call out random people and I feel like.
No, it's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
She was relying on Sir Hugo a lot with making the call because he's like the army veteran. Yeah. So she's going to double down, be like, we've made the decision. This is a setback, but like we have made the decision to like slowly carve away at this problem. So this is what we're going to do.
Hexar, what do you think?
Hexar will stick to his guns, but say, we got to make sure that we take this carefully and slowly enough that we'll be in our best shape for the final fight against the Diabolist.
Okay. King, still want to go in?
King does, but he also recognizes if everybody else wants to go the long way around. Like he'll mumble and like call everybody cowards and that sort of thing, but like he doesn't push too much if he's like everybody's against him on it.
Okay. So you take the slow approach and you take Burning Rose after a week or two sieging, let's say 10 days. Unfortunately, you lost some time. And for that, the escalation die in the boss fight will not increase in the first 2 turns.
That's some evilness, goddammit.
The king knew it. You are all cowards.
Hey, I was like, if they're gonna
if you took the quick road, you'd lose recoveries. So
and knowing your history, you're gonna need them, the king. Just saying.
Don't talk to me in my screaming axe ever again.
All right, last decision, or before the actual Fourstar Nagar. You've received secret news from a trusted source that the Emperor has been assassinated by a demon. The troops don't know this. What is your decision in regards to this information? Do you tell them or do you not?
Tell them. Use it as a motivator because we're going to have to go there. I mean, the odds are fucking so stacked against us, and this is what's going to push them through this cold weather, the rationing of food, all this shit. Like, then fucking, of course, dude, we're going to strike that iron when it's hot. But we are going to keep our heads calm. Just want to reinforce that. I mean, no one else cares about the Emperor, I think, other than me. But I mean, it's bound to happen. There's a fucking conspiracy,
Yeah, it's also important for the troops, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we tell them to keep rational, but you want them to be fired up. You want that little, that little oomph, behind it, dude.
An extra zeal.
Yeah, you want that Pearl Harbor, man. You want that where people are lining up to fucking, I mean, we already have people, but that same motivation that gets people to line up to want to be drafted and then kill themselves if they're not drafted, like it's like that fired up, like there's a purpose behind this that's palatable other than, Satan coming back and everything.
King, what do you think?
So the king's a little split on this. On the one hand, Sir Hugo makes a compelling point, but on the other hand, not that the king has too much experience with following a leader per se, but that also seems like it would make everybody demoralized.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I assume that somebody as big and great as the emperor is being slain. It would be a big hit to everyone.
Well, what's the moral like currently in the camp? I guess that would be like before the news is broke. Like, what's everyone's moral like? I guess is a good question.
Yeah, I mean, they have food, so that's good. The siege went well. I mean, as sieges go, you didn't lose that many troops, so morale is actually pretty high, and everyone's looking to stick it to the Diabolist and finally fight back.
Hexar, Hezerella, what do you guys think?
So troops are a mixed bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get a feel for how they felt about the emperor when he was alive.
Okay. This would be a wisdom plus. I don't remember what your backgrounds are.
I have vanity and spite and nature lover.
Yeah, vanity and spite and nature lover. Yeah, I kind of maybe vanity and spite.
I mean, I would know what people think about like.
Yeah, like a self-reflection. Yeah. I get it. Actually makes sense. Let's use vanity for it. It'll be a DC 25 check.
You said wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, that's your main stat. 33. The emperor is definitely like a very beloved figure, like almost religiously so. It's always like is the one keeping the empire together. And not having a successor could be troublesome in the future, of course, but that's not something you can deal with right now. But you do know that the troops, like the emperor, is basically almost a mythical figure, that everyone looks up to, right? Once someone takes up the mantle of the emperor, they kind of lose their name. They're just the emperor then. So it's like if you killed God or something.
Yeah, that it definitely has that oh shit effect that Sir Hugo was suggesting. And I believe we should tell the troops to make sure that they understand like the empire is actually now endangered, like it's crumbling and we're like the last hope.
Hexar, what are your thoughts on this?
I definitely agree with Hezerella in that we do need to tell the troops about what happened because, well, they're gonna have to find out eventually. And if we tell them now, we can control how it's framed. We can try to have them see how it's one last injury that the Diabolist is inflicted on us, but we will overpass it, and then we will get rid of the Diabolist forever till the next one pops up. But that we don't need to know that part.
True. But hey, a next one might not pop up. A different icon might appear instead. It has happened in the past. All right, we have that. So I guess you guys are going with the tell the troops option then and trying to turn him into a martyr. Okay, I will need someone to make a DC 25 charisma check to sort of frame the information correctly.
I have, I don't know, my charisma is 12. I have a +9 modifier. I don't know if anyone else has a higher one.
The king is confused because he has a +10.
Oh, jeez. Hey,
but
you're
I'm pretty
battle.
sure we don't want the king giving the speech.
I actually would find it hilarious if the king gives the speech.
Yes.
If you're the best one.
Hexar, what do you have?
Same as Sir Hugo.
Okay, so it's between the king and Hezerella. I feel the king is more like an imposing figure, like in front of the army, being male. But also being a warrior, of course. So I feel like the king should do this.
Just gotta tuck up the army like you do to yourself in the mirror every day.
So flexing?
That can help. Possibly.
Okay, sure. The king will make the speech.
Can we hear some of it?
Maybe. Warriors, today I come to you with terrible news. The emperor has been slain. Mostly by this demon scum that we wish to eradicate from the world. We must avenge the emperor and strike the demon scum where they stand.
All right. I'll give you a +5 to the roll. for the good speech. I guess I'm pretty sure the king has like a background that would fit.
King of all he surveys.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so that's +5 plus that. Okay, there we go.
There we
36.
go. Okay. Yeah, you succeed, and there's a resounding sort of shouts of hurrah, hurrah, we'll crush them, let's kill them. And so in general, the troops' morale is extremely high. Like they're riled up for the fight, and soon enough, you make your way to Fourstar Nagar with the army, and you start the big siege. Fourstar Nagar has changed significantly since that time. Its icy walls have been replaced by this blackened stonework with elaborate patterns and art of demonic figures being worshipped and humans being sacrificed. And the whole place has this almost like tainted aura, and you can see it like in the snow. It's like a sort of corrupting influence which blackens and darkens the area. And even when the sun is out, it seems like there's no light there almost. The siege starts and it goes pretty well. The orcs are surprisingly adept at finding and hunting demons, and eventually you four make your way to the throne room of the palace of the Diabolist. Now, in the fighting, you've sustained some damage, so I will have each of you lose D3 recoveries, and then we'll do the finale.
Okay, I lost 2 recoveries.
Just 1 recovery for
I lost
Hezar.
1 recovery.
Of course, the king lost 3. Makes perfect sense.
It actually
Always
does.
storms into the crowd head on. That's his problem.
Like our style and ready to jump into a longer term game? Make sure to check out Missouri Crossing, our Down Darker Trails Call of Cthulhu 7th edition game. Starting in the Dakotas in the 1800s, our players have just settled in what will be known as Bismarck, North Dakota, Missouri Crossing.